Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo!
You know, I always say on this channel, pay-per-view fights should actually be free. And now the day has come where I'm about to hook you up with an app where you can watch all your pay-per-view events, boxing, UFC, etc. for free. I want to introduce Block TV, the best internet streaming television app out there. They provide over 3,600 channels, including HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Starz. They have a massive video on demand library with over 40,000 of the new release movies and the latest TV series. And it also includes DVR. So you're getting all of this for $34.99 a month. And once again, that includes free pay-per-view. So this one right here is a no-brainer, guys, because back in Las Vegas, I was paying damn near $200 a month for my cable. Those days are long gone now. So to get the app, make sure you guys go over to getblocktv.com and put in my promo code and get 30% off your first month. You also get a free month for every friend you refer. The promo code is DBNation. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Jermell Charlo is once again going after the best competition available in his division, and that's against the new crown champion, Jeison Rosario, who just knocked out Julian Williams. According to reports, both Jermell and Jeison have agreed to all terms, and they're going to fight in September on PBC. Guys, this is a great matchup. And once again, you know, the fact that Jermell, he didn't even hesitate to take this tough fight, it says a lot about him, as opposed to someone like a Canelo Alvarez. This is the difference from a Canelo Alvarez and a Gennady Golovkin versus a Jermell Charlo versus an Errol Spence versus a Terrence Crawford versus a Devin Haney. These fighters are constantly willing to prove that they're the best. They want the smoke. They want all the smoke. See, when it comes to Canelo, if there's some tough fighters in his division, a lot of fans, they don't even expect Canelo to take the fight, because that's how Canelo has been moving for years. So it's a surprise when Canelo just out of nowhere takes a tough fight, because he does that every once in a while. He'll take a tough fight and then he'll go back to mismatches, but not Jermell Charlo. He's going after the top guys in his division. So this is going to be a very good fight, guys. Charlo versus Rosario is going to be explosive. It's a fight where Jermell is taking a huge risk going up against a tough, young, hungry champion like Rosario. You know, in the video I just did a couple days ago, where I titled the video, Canelo Alvarez is running out of time because he's 30 years old now. So when I said that, the Canelo Alvarez fans, they started to mention other fighters that were the same age or older. Fighters like Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, etc., etc. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make a separate video and completely chop all that up. But something else they kept doing in that video is they kept trying to deflect. They kept trying to change the subject when it came to Canelo Alvarez ducking Jermell Charlo, ducking Demetrius Andrade. You had a lot of Canelo fans, they kept saying stuff like, well, he has a better resume. Well, Canelo has a much better resume than Jermell or Demetrius Andrade. Now, let me show you guys how this correlates to Jermell Charlo and what he's doing right now. Jermell Charlo, he has a better resume than Jeison Rosario, right? And Jermell is fighting him next to unify the belts. Jermell is in the same situation that Canelo Alvarez was in. When Canelo was fighting at 160, he still fights at 160, he just goes up and down. But Jermell is in the same situation. You got champions in your division, and Jermell, he's deciding to go after the other champions to unify the belts, to be the undisputed unified champion. That's what champions do, guys. That's what fighters that are trying to prove they're the best, that's what they do. Do you know how ridiculous that argument is, to say, oh, well, the guys that Canelo, he's ducking, he has a better resume than them? Can't the same thing be argued when Canelo was calling out Floyd Mayweather? Who had the better resume? Canelo had been calling out Floyd Mayweather for a while. Before Canelo had fought anyone, he was calling out Floyd Mayweather. When he was mentioning Floyd Mayweather's name, did you guys ever hear me say, man, why is he calling out Floyd Mayweather? Floyd already has a better resume than he does. What does that have to do with someone calling you out? Absolutely nothing. You're usually always going to have a better resume than the guy that's coming for your throne. That's what a champion is about. You often hear champions say, it's one thing to become a champion, but it's far more difficult to remain being the champion, defending the throne, fending off young lions that are coming after your throne. That's what being great is all about. When you first turn pro, you get your feet wet. You start to fight some tomato cans. Then you step up, you start to fight journeymen. Then you start to fight contenders that are pretty much on the same level as you. Guys that you've probably seen in the amateurs, other undefeated prospects. Then you move on to fighting against champions, fighters that have better resumes than you, fighters that have far more experience than you do, right? Then once you climb that mountain, then you start fighting the young contenders that want to beat you and add your name to their resume. And that right there is the most difficult thing to do, is to beat the hungry guys coming after you. And that's what fighters like Jermell Charlo continues to do. This is not an easy fight for Jermell Charlo. And he didn't want an easy fight. He could have picked an easy fight. He could have said, I'm not fighting that guy because I have a better resume than him. But no, he wants the risk. He wants to challenge himself. Let's see how it plays out. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.